Greetings, Instant Author Team. JG asked us to make a video of ourselves and introduce ourselves and tell us what we would like out of our book project, out of the book that we're doing. So that's what I'm going to do, is take, hopefully not too long, and introduce myself and a little bit about what I want to accomplish with my book. So my name is Ramona Watts. I live in Buena Park, California. I'm the mother of 10 children. I'm a grandma. I have 22 grandchildren and one on the way, the oldest being 11. That being a mother and a grandmother is my dream career. It's all I love doing. However, I make money by being a massage therapist. So over the past 2 years, I finally was able to get myself out of debt. That meant I wasn't doing, my kids had all moved out of the house, so I didn't have any more. I finished paying off dental bills. I finished paying off other projects. I have, over the years, tried lots and lots of things to figure out how to make money so that I could do what I wanted to do, have the financial freedom to do the things that I had passion about. So I've done lots of things, lots of the projects that I want to do, but have not successfully been able to figure out how to make money, like big money or big enough money to have a little bit more financial freedom. So then I finally determined at some point, like, okay, I'm just going to have to figure out a way to make money, you know, whether it's network marketing or I've tried all kinds of things, online things, Amazon account, all kinds of things. And mostly what I found out is what I really don't want to do. Having said that, here I am again, launching into something that I believe will work with Jerry Roberts in my book. This book has been, you know, developing over the years, just being a mom and a grandma, and any other times that I've looked into publishing it or trying to figure out how to make money, I just couldn't. So I have a lot of hope and have put myself, of course, back in financial debt because with a hope and a dream and a belief that I can make this project work with the help of Jerry Roberts, a mentor. So this chart has been hanging on my wall for a long time. It tells about my, it's one of those vision boards, and you can see the last time I was signed up with some, whatever it was, my goal was to have, my monthly goal was to have $10,000 a month, and I was going to have that by 2016, which, nope, I still make about between $1,500 and $2,000 a month simply doing massage and not much else. But my goal is to do less massage so that I have more time to actually create the financial freedom that allows me to do what I really want to do. So this book is what I want to have accomplish that for me, because my dream job and my goal for myself as a retired as a mother and a grandmother is to help my kids and grandchildren have a fabulous life, because my parents have done that for me, and I want that legacy to literally live on. So here's specifically what I'd like to have happen. So I would like to, with this book, have 2 seminars, be able to promote 2 seminars. Those 2 seminars would be basically, one would be a family seminar where the family all comes together, and it's all about building family relationships and habits and goals and building family memories. The second one would be a couple's marriage and family relation seminar with no kids, because if you're going to build a happy, secure home, when there's conflict between a husband and wife, there is a lot of tension within the home, and it affects how the family's going. I did forget to mention, and maybe you've already read it, but Jerry Roberts, when I went to his seminar, which was just last weekend, he suggested that my title of my book now be, it used to be how to keep in touch with your kids, and then I switched it to Sweet Dreams, how to get your kids to go to bed and like it, and now he switched it to Families Fantastic, how parents and grandparents can create nurturing, safe, happy homes. So I'm going to go with that because Jerry said that would be a good name, and I don't have any attachments to what I have. I just would like to follow a mentor who believes that they can make a difference in my financial income and my personal hopes and dreams. So the big picture really for me is that if I can create that with being able to have my children and grandchildren come and help man those two seminars, they get to participate and man it, so that we serve together, we get to participate together, and that's the main goal, that I, as a grandparent, get to make an input into my grandchildren's lives. In the rest of the interim of the year, I would like to create somehow some residual income based on that. My husband was a game inventor, and my other children have also done some games, and he created a couple card decks. That's why a word game, which is another reason one of my big goals is to have language ambassadors, where we flood the world with kindness as we go to visit different people, different groups of children, and play games. And it's all about building, language skills, but more so than that. The timing, I think, is fabulous because of the fact that, with the computer industry, age that we live in, it's very difficult, and we know that the problems are already happening, that kids don't build relationships besides texting, and that to have ongoing conversations is a skill that needs to be developed by having conversations. And my son has revived the game and launched into wanting to help me continue this legacy that my husband and I had at one time, had planned on for our children. And just a point that my husband passed away in 2014, but we have been divorced for 20 years. So I understand the dynamics of being a stay-at-home mother. I understand and have experienced the dynamics of coming from a good relationship, a building relationship, to a turning point that created a tremendous amount of problems in my own life and the lives of my children. Just created this whole thing. So I have a very, passionate about giving people the tools that they need to, build successful, happy, long-lasting relationships with their families and with marital couples. I've been on both sides, and I am fortunate in the sense that sometimes things happen in life that create situations that you would never expect to happen. Like I said, ended up eventually having gone through a divorce with my husband. And so anyway, I have a lot that I've already that I'm putting in the book about how to build relationships with children and how to build relationships with your husband. And the relationships seminar, my daughter is a marriage and family counselor. She already does a fabulous seminar, and that's the immediate goal, to get those two organized and up and going. But the bigger long-term goal as a legacy is that once I figured out how to make that happen, financially supported and everything else, then I would be able to have two times a year that I do 3 weeks during Easter break and 3 weeks sometime during the summer, that I can promote more of those seminars. And as they continue to go well, then I can teach that to other people and create a larger network, just like Jerry Roberts does with his books, something that promotes family togetherness and husbands and wives retreats to strengthen their relationship, because all of it goes together. So that's the big picture of what I'd like it to do. And because this is the most amount of money that I've put out for anything, and if many other things that I have done, I have ended up just paying off with my massages. But this would take me, this I have no reason to feel that I'm going to fail at getting my sponsors for my book and trusting what Jerry has to say and offer. And I think what I have to offer to the world is, so relevant and so important at this time. And people don't get married because they plan on breaking up. They get married and have kids because they have all the hopes and dreams. And I believe that if I can give them tools that have worked for me, I've seen work, that have worked for other people, that I can, promote this ongoing, stronger community and family relations, which is what we need in our nation to keep our nation strong. It starts within the family. So I love being a mom. I love being a grandma. I don't want to do something else. People often ask me, like, you're such a good therapist. Why don't I can get you some more clients. No, I don't want more. When I have 8 clients who I see regularly each month that bring me about $1,500, and then a lot of odds and ends, random stuff that comes up. And I just want to make enough money to get, pay my monthly bills and figure out how to do something bigger and more, productive financially. So that's my goal, and I'm counting on the new team to help me make that happen. I'm excited about the prospect. I do love to share about family. And my big goal that I'm looking at right now, whether it will work or not, is looking to partnership with a timeshare. So right now they invite people to come, and you have to have a certain amount of income, and they try to sell you a timeshare, and this is what you get. I want to approach them and say, here's a timeshare idea that, if you guys advertise it and get the people in, I want to try to sell people to a legacy of coming, twice a year to build these family relationships. And as you know, timeshares are something you can pass on to your children. And I have clients who are really good at working with their timeshares, and they do have family gatherings every year because they know how to plan them. And so I know that the possibility is out there. The other thing that I have that is a huge money something that it's just in my head how to as a vehicle. But my parents have built we call it a family center. It's out kind of in the middle of nowhere, but for people, I mean, we have always talked about myself having seminars there. Workshops and things, because over the years some of the things that I've been to have been seminars and workshops, guided imagery, sound healing, all kinds of things. But I love the out-of-doors. And when I've told some people about, look, this is where I'm going to have these retreats, they just like, who'd want to go there? And I said, people like me who love the out-of-doors. And that I have access to. I can't say exactly free because it does take, money to overhead to, have water and heat and all that kind of stuff. But it basically is, designed for that very thing, like for me to be able to expand upon that. And now I have nieces and nephews that are getting a little bit older and are really anxious to try to build that legacy because we have more property on this 22 acres. And it's close, well, it's 70 miles from it's in Utah, so it's 70 miles away from Zion National Park and like 120 miles away from Bryce. It's just right in the middle of some amazing stuff that I believe would attract families that would like to do that out-of-door experience and have access to, the community parks around and be able to put their, tents or their motorhomes on the property while we have a Friday, Saturday, family event. And we have had one seminar, marriage and family relations seminar, once last year at the ranch. So I know it's a fabulous place, and there is nothing as healing as nature, so you just can't beat nature. And I actually have this platform that's up on the side of a mountain. It's all covered with trees, and I've had it for at least 10 plus years with the goal in mind of when I have these seminars that I would give massages just in the open air. And it's so fabulous, which I've done some of that for sure. But Anyway, that's my big goal.